God bless you. God bless you. It's a little different tonight. I'm on here without music, but here I am. God bless you. God bless you. Tonight is Friday, the 25th of March 2022. I'm Tony from Fabulosity, and this is the Friday night, that the Fabulosity Friday night handbag and jewelry sale. So we're going to try to show you some of both inventories tonight. So I'm going to make sure that I am showing where I'm supposed to be showing, and there I am on the Fabulosity page. If you are a member of the Fab Squad, you might want to go ahead and go proceed to the Fab Squad page, because that way I'll be able to see all of your messages. Let me bring the Instagram crew in. Good evening, good evening. I'm Tony from Fabulosity. Tonight is Friday, the 25th of March, 2022, and this is the Fabulosity Friday night jewelry, handbag and jewelry sale. Due to a slight little technical difficulty, I am without music tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. We're still going to get it done. All right. I hope everybody's enjoyed their day. It has been a busy one on this end, but that's okay, because over here we take a licking and keep on ticking. All right. We take a licking and keep on ticking. So if you can kindly do me a favor and hit the share button, that would be wonderful. Let me hit this. Let me go over here and make sure that I hit it on my page. Yeah, so it's been very busy. It's been a real busy day. It's a good day, though. I got a lot accomplished today. Um, we're going to be showing some additional information from now on the screen where my shows appear. We're going to be showing, I've created a QR code that will appear on the frame during my live broadcast on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Because of the fact that I'm coming through a different source, I'm coming through directly on Instagram. It will not appear on Instagram, but I'll find a way of putting something up there for you. The QR code will bring you directly into the Fabulosity website, which is a wonderful thing. So another thing, we are now 152 members strong for the Fab Squad. Okay, so I'm really excited. Welcome to all of our new members. Welcome and happy birthday to all of our March birthdays. You know, we just celebrated my sister's birthday a couple days ago, so that's a wonderful thing. You know, it's a blessing to be able to get older, especially in this day and age when so many people are going home young. So I thank God for that. I thank God for another year. Amen. So we are going to give the squad a few minutes to come online. Let me see. Let me turn this down. I had to, there we go. I had to shift my whole program over here. So I need to make sure that I'm able to see the comments, because if you're new to Fabulosity, one of the things that we do is when you see something and you want to buy it, you type in the comments sold and whatever it is. So what that means is that I have to be able to know that you're doing that. So I have to be able to see it. So I have two screens up, one separate screen for Instagram. Everybody else is coming through this tablet right here so that I'll be able to see all of the comments. But as soon as you know that you want to get something, type sold in the comments. And if you're new to the Fab Squad, or if you're new to Fabulosity, if you've never purchased from me before, you and then at the end of the show, or when you're finished for the night, you just go to my messenger and you're going to inbox me your cell phone number, because the invoices are sent by text message. Okay. So you would provide a cell phone number where I'll send the billing. Make sure that you provide your delivery address for where your items are going so I can calculate the shipping properly. And then let me know by which method you intend to pay. All right. So I take without a fee. The following methods do not have a fee: Cash App, Zelle, and Venmo. There are no additional fees associated with using those payment methods. But anything else like PayPal, paying with a credit card or a debit card, there is a 3% charge for that that I end up getting, that I incur. So I pass that along. Okay. So one of the pieces of information that you want to supply when you inbox me is your method of payment so that I know exactly how much that I need to make the invoice out for. Okay. All right. So I was supposed to be on here at 9 o'clock, and listen, I even had the computer up. I had about 40 minutes early, and I updated it early today. I said, oh, I'm going to be right on point. I pulled up my software and my screen was looking wrong. So I had to go back into my other computer and upload the graphics so I could download them onto this computer and upload them from here and make sure I had the right thing on there. Child, it has been interesting. But we are here. We are ready. So we've got some beautiful pieces. I figured that we would start out with the sterling. Now, if you are new to Fabulosity, one of the things you might not be aware of is the ridiculous ridiculous um, price increase or price hike that the jewelry stores and that entire industry has been assessing on sterling silver. And, because listen, back in the 90s, you could go into a jewelry store, you could go into the jewelry section at Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Wanamaker's, Abraham and Strauss. You could go into any of those department stores or into a jewelry store like Zales or Kay's or even your local jeweler, and you could buy a pair of earrings. Let me see if I have the sizes. You know, I'll let you see something about the size, because my aunt used to go into Macy's and buy a lot of her sterling there, because Macy's was about 5 minutes from her house. And they had jeweler quality sterling there. So something this size. All right, so let me measure that just so that you have a better idea. Now, they weren't selling this shape, but this general size in a round. So this diameter, so that's about, it's a 1.5 inch diameter hoop. Okay, so she would get a 1.5 inch diameter hoop, something about this round. Okay, so she would buy something that size, and she would go in there, and for that size sterling hoop, jeweler quality sterling, which is 0.925 sterling, which is 92.5% silver. In order to be sterling, it has to be 92.5% sterling, which means the other 7.5%, because it's got to add up to 100%. The other 7.5% could be a hardener. It could be, and that's what they call an alloy. It could be some kind of metal that they add to the silver in order to make it hard. Because silver, like gold, is a very it's a soft metal. And if you don't put a hardener in, often you have problems. Amen. So she would go in there, and for about $30 or $40, she would get a 1.5-inch diameter round sterling hoop. Okay. And she would, and she'd take them home and she'd wear them and love them, love them, love them. Well, about 7, 8 years ago, that is a time when the price of gold skyrocketed. It went from maybe $300 or $400 an ounce to, wow, about $1,200 an ounce, $2,000 an ounce, because it's very expensive even now. Well, the jewelers who were purchasing gold based on the price before the hike, okay, they had purchased their things like that at that based on, on those numbers, but they were also had been selling their gold based on those numbers. So you could go into these jewelry stores, get a nice thick 14 karat gold bracelet for maybe about $300, $400. Beautiful pieces. Well, they were selling based on the old numbers. Then all of a sudden, overnight, the price of gold skyrocketed. And they were forced to restock their businesses and repurchase gold based on the new high price after they'd been selling it at the old low one. So as a direct result of that, a lot of them, some of them went out of business. Some of them pretty much lost their shirt. But what they did was they came to a decision as an industry, and they decided that the ones that were still around were going to recover for their losses on the gold by creating a fake price increase in the sterling market. Let me say that again. They decided that they would make up for their losses on the gold by creating a false, a fake, an artificial price hike in the sterling market. So when anybody came into their store and said, I'd like to buy some sterling earrings, those same earrings that you used to be able to get for $30 to $40 were now $360. And when you questioned it and said, why are they so high? I don't understand. That jeweler would just look you dead in the eye and tell you a bold-faced lie and say, well, the price of sterling's gone up. Well, yeah, this price of sterling has gone up in their jewelry store and in every jewelry store in the United States. But if you go to other countries, if you're buying outside of the United States, it's not so. Now, how is it if we are all buying from the same place? All the jewelry stores in the world are buying from various countries in the world, and they're all paying the same type of price points to get the sterling. However, when it comes time to sell it, they're going to look you dead in your eyes and lie to you and tell you that that price has gone up 13 times what you were buying it for back in the day. Okay, so when I first started to bring in sterling, I was looking at the price points that the jewelers were charging, and I'm thinking, how in the world can I afford to bring in sterling? I want to bring it in. My clients are clamoring for it. How can I afford to sell them sterling when I can't even afford to buy it? Because it's so high. So I reached out to some manufacturers and did some inquiries, and the numbers that I was getting from the people who are making the sterling, making the jewelry, making the earrings and the bracelets and the rings, oh my. And they were quoting me entirely different numbers than the jewelry stores were. And I'm thinking, now, how can this be? How can all these people in this entire industry come together and tell a lie? One lie. But listen, after we've seen the previous administration where they're all telling the same lie, they're all coming together and colluding and telling you the same crap, okay, and saying, oh, no, it's not this, it's that. Oh, yeah, yeah. And they're all saying, oh, oh, you don't need a mask. You don't do this. This is that. And then, oh, no, no, there's no pandemic. Nobody, there's no such thing. That's just a lie. And then they start coming down with it, okay, because and they're going and getting the shot. They're going and getting whatever it takes to save their lives. Or, listen. So we've seen as a nation, we have seen the collusion and the false reports coming out of that previous administration. So we've seen that. That's how they do it. It didn't start with the Trump administration. It started long before that, and the jewelers decided that they could make their money back by telling y'all a big old greasy lie, and that's what they did. So in my research, I found out that the price of sterling has gone up a small, tiny, a little amount, but it has not gone up the 300% that the jewelers would have you believe that it is. So my recommendation is to anybody who is interested in jewelry. Hey, Sister Juanita, God bless you, baby. Do not buy sterling from the jewelry store. Instagram folks, do not buy you buy your gold from the jeweler, but do not buy your sterling from the jewelry store because it's crazy. Okay? What they're doing is very dishonest. And listen, you can spend your money, you can you can spend your money just as easily as they can. All right. And I tell my girls all the time, if you don't believe what I'm telling you, go to the jewelry store, buy those $350, $360 hoops that are 1.5 inches in diameter from the jeweler. Take them right across the street to the guy with the sign that says cash for gold, because they buy sterling too. And tell them you have some sterling you want to trade in. And they'll pull up their computer and see what the exact price of sterling is at that time. They'll put it on the scale and they'll weigh it out, get their little calculator out, and they will offer you about $30, $40 for those earrings that you just paid $360 for across the street. Now, you can wonder whether you might say, well, maybe the price of sterling dropped significantly as you walked across that street, because, it was like 2 lanes you crossed. If you're down on Jewelers Row, maybe, between that jewelry store and the little cash for gold place, you walked about 50 yards. Maybe in that span of time, the price of sterling dropped through the floorboards. But this isn't La La Land. This is not fairy tale. This is real. There is a reason why they will not, when you cash the sterling in, you're not getting anywhere near the prices that they are charging you at the jewelry store. So somebody's telling you a lie. It's not the jewelry lady right here. And I guarantee you it's not the cash for gold people, because they're not going to pay you a dime over what that sterling is actually worth. The lie is being told in the lobbies of the jewelry stores all over the United States. So my recommendation to you, but it's a strong recommendation, do not buy your sterling from the jewelry store. Okay? That's point one. So I'm going to show you some things. So I've been doing this for several years. Several years. So I'm holding them up at the camera for the Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram crowd. And YouTube crowd. And then I'll put them in front for. These are 1.5-inch oblong hoops. This is the same size that your jeweler will charge you $360 for. Or maybe a little bit more because it's a little bit elongated. So they might say, oh, they're higher than the round ones. Okay. On my table, the price tag says $50. Now I discount 40%. Let me get the calculator. I know what it is, but I'm going to put it in here. $50, 40% off. Brings these down to $30. That's the price of sterling. That's where your price point is. That is where your price point is. So if you want these adorable little 1.5-inch diameter sterling oblong hoops, they are diamond cut so that they diffuse the light. It just gives them more shine. That's a cute little drop. And they are 0.925 jeweler quality sterling. This is the same sterling silver that the stores buy, except between here and there is no 300% markup on mine because, listen, I like to be able to sleep at night. And I answer to a much higher power. Amen. So if you want the 1.5-inch oblong hoops, there are $30 with the special. Just type in your comments, sold small sterling oblongs. Small sterling oblongs. They're $30 with the special. You just type it in your comments. If you're new to Fabulosity, once again, you want to make sure that at the end of the sale, you want to inbox me a cell phone number where I can send your invoice. Your invoice will be sent by text message. Make sure that I have a delivery address for where it's going so that I can calculate the shipping, and let me know by what method of payment you'll be paying your bill. Whether if it's Zelle, Venmo, or Cash App, there is no service fee. But if you're going to use PayPal, or if you're going to use a credit or debit card, there's a 3% fee. So I'll know. You want to make sure that you let me know before I send your invoice so that I can include that if it's necessary. Okay? We're going to move right on along. So these are the larger sterling oblongs. So let me measure. I like to have my tape measure on hand so that I can let you know the actual size. So let's look at the numbers. It's a 2-inch long earring. The diameter or the width at the widest point. Hmm, let me see. Okay, so the small ones are 1¼ inch, well, at the widest point, and these are a little bit more than 1½ inch. So this is the medium, but they are 2 inches, a 2 inch drop. So from the top to the bottom, that's how far down they'll hang. So that's the medium sterling silver oblong hoop. They are also diamond cut. They're also diamond cut the smaller ones. The price tag says $65, but 40% off of that brings these down to $39. So let me show you the two together. So the small ones with the special are 30. Uh-oh. The small ones with the special are 30. The large ones with the special are $39. But they're both jeweler quality sterling, 0.925 sterling silver, and they are beautiful. So it's a question of which one you prefer. So if you want the medium sterling oblong hoop, type in your comment sold medium sterling oblongs. If you want the small sterling oblongs, type in your comments sold small sterling oblongs. But you can have it any way you want. All right. Again, the small sterling oblongs with the special are 30. The medium sterling oblongs with the special are 39. Okay. And both are jeweler quality sterling. That is the same sterling silver you overpay for at the jeweler, except you have bill money left over. Okay. You have money to live indoors and eat regularly. Okay. While you can still wear your sterling. It's crazy. All right. So this here is the medium round hoop. I love this hoop. I love the low profile of it. It's a very slim, sleek hoop. Beautiful sterling silver. Let me get the measuring tape. The diameter is a 2-inch diameter. And these are perfect. These are round, so the diameter and the drop would be the same. So they have that 2-inch drop. So that's still, I could just see that with a sharp, with the sharp leather jacket, or wear that on a nice summer night, because your sterling goes with everything. It really does. They are so beautiful. Okay. So the price tag on these, I priced these down at $50. So with the special, they're 30. And they are so sharp. Beautiful. So if you want the medium sterling hoop, type in your comment, sold medium sterling hoop, and that is a thin hoop, and that is stunning. A lot of the hoops now, the two oblong pairs that I sent you are that I showed you earlier are hollow. This one is just a sleek, thin one, but they are sharp. They're sharp. So in my little jewelry collection, which which is as bad as my bag collection, there is everything. I go from the small, I go from the posts to the little bobs to the small, the medium, the large to the oh my God, it's coming toward us. And because I'm here when the jewelry comes in, so I'm the one that breaks down the shipment. So I look at them and say, I think I'd like to have that. I do the same thing with the bags. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so the last size hoop that we're going to look at tonight would be the large sterling hoop. And this one is a hollow hoop. It's a hollow hoop, and it's 3 inches in diameter. So that would be considered to be a large hoop. Now, most jewelry stores would probably not even show you anything like this. And the reason they won't is because by gouging you on all sterling, regardless of size, they have priced themselves out of this market. So very few people are going to go into their local jewelry store and plunk down $1,500 for let's see, for a large sterling hoop. Very pretty. And I love mine. I have a pair, and they're lightweight because of the fact that they are hollow. You see, a lot of girls, back in the day when they did, we have a lot of girls who have splits in their ear because back in the day when they made the earrings, they made them heavy. They did not realize that they needed to make them lighter. They did not realize that they would tear the earlobes until a lot of girls ended up getting them torn. Maybe the baby tore them, maybe they got torn in an altercation, or maybe the earring just came straight through. But I know a lot of girls my age who have a split in their ear, a lot of them who have had, some of them have had the reconstructive surgery, some of them have not, and they're still trying to make it work by putting a piece of tape over it and then sticking an earring in it. What we do for beauty. But the nice thing about these is that they're not heavy, so you can go as big as you want with regards to the size of your earrings, as long as they are hollow or thin. You got me? It doesn't matter what the diameter is, as long as they are either hollow or thin. Okay? So the price on these particular earrings, the tag says $90. 40% off of that brings these down to $54 on my table. That's for a 3-inch diameter jeweler quality sterling silver hoop, large hoop, and those are sharp. So if you want the large sterling hoops, type into your comments, sold large sterling hoop, and then make sure that you put your information, that you inbox me with the billing ad, the phone number, cell phone number where I'm texting your invoice. Include the delivery address of where the items are going, and let me know by what method you plan to pay. Cash App, Zelle, or Venmo without a fee, or PayPal, or credit card, or debit card with a 3% fee. Okay? All right, so we're going to move right along. Now I'm going to show you a couple pieces that, let me see, that I brought in for my hospital show this week, and not too many people have seen them. Okay, so for the girls who like the studs, I did bring in some studs, and this is also this size. Although to me, I say it's small. The average jeweler would say that that's a large earring. That's because they're charging so much for it. Nobody's buying that size. So that's a rosette. And let's see, I'm just going to measure the size of it. It is a 1/2 inch. It's only a 1/2 inch. Solid sterling. It's a post. It has the safety catch on it because I'm buying the same jewelry that your jewelry store buys. I'm buying it from the same people, so I'm getting the same thing. But what they don't want you to know is that I'm paying the same price that they are. But when they charge you 3 times, 300% markup, they're walking away with fat pockets and you're getting gouged. Okay, so this is a 1/2 inch diameter rosette earring in jeweler quality sterling. It's a little hard to see the detail on it, but it has exquisite detail. It's like a little rosette. The tag on this earring says $40. 40% off of that brings that down to $24. Now, I was at one of my facilities on Tuesday. Now, I've been doing this for some years. So for about the past 14 years, I have been self-employed. I have been doing institutional fundraising at hospitals and nursing homes. So I've been going in and doing pop-up boutiques at the nursing home, at the hospital, as a fundraiser for the facility. And I've amassed a nice clientele. Well, one of my hospitals, and I'm sure a couple of them, but one hospital in particular where I've been going for the past 10 years, I have girls there who will not buy sterling silver unless I'm in the building. That means they know too much to deal with the jeweler. Got me? They know too much to deal with the jeweler. So they're not buying it unless, okay, hi, Knowledge. God bless you. Come on in. They will not buy sterling silver unless I'm in the building. So these little stud earrings, I say they're little, but they're a 1/2 inch in diameter with a safety catch. They're jeweler quality sterling. The tag says $40. but I give 40% off of my sterling every day, all day. So they are $24 on my table. So if anybody wants those little studs, type in the comments, sold sterling rosettes. Now, Nology, one of the things I was just telling you, I was just saying is that the price of sterling has been inflated by the jewelry industry. When you go into the jewelry store, if you've ever gone into the jewelry store since, I would say since 2007, since 2010, whenever you go into a jeweler in the United States to buy jewelry, to buy sterling silver jewelry, what you're finding is that the price points have been inflated. Okay, so something like this, which is a large sterling silver hoop, 3-inch diameter, it's a hollow hoop. I don't even want to know what they would charge you in the store if they have it. That's why most of the sterling that you see when you go in the jeweler is small, tiny, tiny, tiny. And they do that because they're charging you too much for it. And most people are not interested in buying it at the pricing that they have. But what I was explaining a little bit earlier is that the price of sterling has not really gone up, not on the manufacturer side. The price that the jewelers have come together and started charging, that's what's gone up. So the only place that the sterling silver jewelry has increased in price is in the jewelry store. Because if you go across the street to the cash for gold place and try to cash it in, honey, you would still think it's 1990 because the price that they'll pay you for it is 1990s prices, not 2022. That tells you that the value of it has not gone up. It's just the price that the jewelers are charging you. So I charge 1990s prices because I'm selling to my people, and we like to look nice too. We want to wear the sterling as well. Okay, so this is a jeweler quality sterling silver hoop in a 3-inch diameter. That would be considered to be a large sterling hoop. The price on the back of these, it says $90. I discount 40% off the tag on my sterling silver. So with the discount, these are $54. So this is what would be considered to be large. Okay, so if you want the large sterling hoops, just type in your comments, sold large sterling hoops. Those are sharp. So it's funny that most of these pieces I've got in my jewelry box. Just like the bags behind me. A lot of the bags that are on this table behind me, the Italian leather bags, a lot of those bags I've got in my closet because there is something for me in every shipment. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's the sterling or whether it's the Italian leather bags. There is something for me in every shipment. So if I go from one bag to the other. So I carry big today, I'll carry medium tomorrow, I'll carry this, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Let me show you something else. Back in the day, you would see people wearing fabulous sterling bangles. What I'm holding in my hot little hand is a set of 10 sterling silver bangles. And they're all forged together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So all 10 of them are forged together. And the nice thing about that is that makes it impossible for you to lose them. Now, I know I had a friend that I gave a set. Now she has a smaller wrist. So I have another style that I brought in for her that had a smaller, it was a smaller bangle, but they were thicker, and they were diamond cut. So it was a set of 6 that I gave her. And she went, she had them, and the day that she got them, she went and she washed her hands. She took them off to wash her hands, and then she came back down. She only had 4 because she left 2 of them in the bathroom. Okay, so I love this. So this is another one of my favorite finds. Let me get this tag out of the way. Only problem is this price tag, which will miraculously go away when somebody buys this set. But I love these. And they are made for a larger hand. They're made for a larger hand because my hand is not small. My wrist is not small. I have an 8-inch wrist, but I can get that over my hand, and they are sharp. Okay, so the price tag on the bangles, it says $100. 40% off brings this down to, you ready? Let me pull it off so I can see if, so, and if it doesn't want to come off, then I got a second set. There we go. With the special, these are only $60. Now you try and find that at a jewelry store. You won't get that at the jewelry store unless you walk in there with a black hood over your head and a gun in your hand. That would be the only way you would get this kind of pricing at the jewelry store, because they're already determined to overcharge you. I understand that. Listen, I've spent 14 years selling bags and selling sterling to people who don't look like me. And one thing that the pandemic did was it brought me out of venues. It brought me out of venues and put me in a position where I'm selling directly to people. The vast majority of my clientele is Black. My girls are wearing sterling silver and Italian leather. Why shouldn't we have the best? So let everybody else overpay for it if they want to. Why shouldn't we as people, why shouldn't we have the best? Why shouldn't we have the sterling? Why shouldn't we have the Italian leather? I say we should. So that's why I sell it. And that's why I sell it for the pricing that I do. I understand that I'm selling to my own folk. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because we like the finer things too. We just don't have to overpay for them. And and the value of some things that we see, like some of these designer handbags, like the Michael Kors bags. Honey, those things, most of that stuff in those collections are not even made of leather. You're getting the same pleather that you get on a fashion bag, except you're paying for the name. So I have found, in my searching, just, I figured that I would do the same thing that I do with my sterling silver. I buy only from manufacturers. I don't buy from distributors. I don't buy from resellers. I buy from the people who are making it. And it's taken me years to cultivate the relationships with these manufacturers. And the way that the internet is made up, it's such a blessing that I did it when I did, because I'd say back in the 90s, 30 years ago, you could go online and you could look up the manufacturers and find them. But nowadays, there are so many people who are buying the stuff, importing it, and calling themselves online. They're saying that they're manufacturers. Every time the product changes hands, the price increases. The price increases, and it's multiplied, not by addition. So what that means is, if you're not dealing with the manufacturer, you could be paying, and you're running a small business, you could be paying 10 times or more what the true value, what you should be paying. And that's why so many of the vendors who are selling on Facebook and on on social media, that's why so many of their prices are so high, because they have to be able to they have to make their money. But if they're not buying from, hey Minister Burgess, God bless you. If they're not buying from a manufacturer, they don't have real control over their pricing. Okay. So that is one of the things that I insist on. The way that if you go online and you're looking, you might have to go through a good 200 or 300 pages of resellers before you get anywhere near a manufacturer. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. But, if you are doing something, I see you have luxury hair extensions. Okay. So we may have to talk at some point. I have a good friend, my friend who did my hair. Um, she has a natural hair care line called Mimi Natural You, and she and her sisters own a chain of salons where they do celebrity clients hair. Okay. So they have one in Kansas City, Kansas. They've got one in um, Palm Springs. I think they've got one in Atlanta or Dallas. Um, so, but they're six sisters and two of them per salon. Okay. And what they did, they came together. They're from overseas. They're from South America, but they're from a part of South America where we were. Amen. So if you see them, they look African, but they're from South America. And they grew up in a tropical climate with all natural, everything was all natural. Their fruit, their food, everything, their seafood, everything was all natural. And when it came time to do their hair, they had to go out in the yard and they were experimenting with things. They pulled out botanicals and they played with them and worked with them and put different things in their hair. And they noticed that one of the fruits that grew in the yard had a property where it smoothed the hair, it moisturized the hair, it strengthened the hair, and it had all of those properties without adding oil. Because over here in the United States, the hair care industry is run by Asian and white folk predominantly. And they have conditioned us as a people to think that we have to put grease in our hair. We have to put oil in our hair. And oil and grease, they clog your pores. They don't moisturize your hair. There's a difference between oil and moisture. Moisture softens the hair and conditions it and allows it to grow. Oil clogs your pores. Okay, and it does not give you moisture. You can put oil on your hands and they'll still feel dry. They'll still feel rough. You won't feel the moisture. But if you put your hands under water, you feel moisture. So the water is the moisture, the oil is not. But most of our hair care products are are oil based. They tell us, oh, you got, oh, shea butter. Shea butter does this. Shea butter dries your hair, it doesn't moisturize. And these girls have a product that is amazing. So not only do they do the protective styles, but they can use the product line that you can use on the all natural hair. It's called Mimi Natural You. You can use it on the protective style. So I can spray the moisturizer, I can spray the detangler on my hair. And I was up in New York with them 2 years ago, well, 2.5 years ago, when they did Circle of Sisters up at the Javits Center. And they had a booth up there. They had one of the large booths. And I had the opportunity to go up there and spend the day. And what happened was this woman came up to them and she had dreadlocks all the way to the middle of her back. She had had those dreads in her hair for about 9, 10 years. And she was getting ready to go that next week to have them cut out because she decided that she's going to do something different. And she was looking at the Mimi Natural You collection as an option for what she could do with her hair after she had her dreads cut out. And the sisters was talking to her. They said, sis, you don't need to cut your dreads. You don't need to cut your dreads. And they were trying to explain to her. And she said, well, because they were explaining to her that the dreadlocks, that their detangler was powerful enough to take the dreadlocks out. So she said, well, if your detangler will take out, she take out, my dreads, if you can remove at least one dread with that, she said, I'll buy your whole collection. So each two sisters, one on either side, because those are the two that came and did the event. One started with one dread, the other one started with the other. And they spritzed a little bit and started opening, those dreads opened up, and she had her length. So if you have clients who have dreadlocks and they're getting ready to cut them out because they know of no other way, okay? Because they don't, and that's why a lot of times the hair industry tells people to cut them out because they don't know how to get them out. They don't have a product. But Mimi Natural You does. The detangler that I put on my hair every day will remove a dread. And now they have a product that they're coming out with that I can't wait for it to come out. And it's a total hair solution for protective styles. And there's another piece of that collection that's going to be added that will remove the thickest dreads without you having to pull a scissor or cut anything out. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. When we as a people create our own hair care products, we get away from what the Asians tell us. They think, oh, because they'll put oil in everything, whatever the new product is, and they think shea is the product, the ingredient to add because they heard somebody else talking about it. They don't know about black hair. They've never broken a comb. They've never, listen, they've never had to comb a tender-headed child's hair while that child was having a conniption in your chair. They don't know our experience. They don't know our hair. But yet they're the ones who are actually they're behind a lot of the black brands of hair care products that you see on the shelf in the beauty stores. A lot of those are not black owned. There might be one or two here and there. 90% of those brands are white owned, Asian owned. Okay? So we're buying what they tell us and what they show us, and because they have the money to put their product out there. Okay? So if you want, inbox me and I'll send you the information on the Mimi Natural You collection. Okay, but I love it. It's the collection. You've got this moisture retention and length retention shampoo that is so rich that a bottle of this will last you a good 6 to 8 months. The whole family can use it. You've got a leave-in conditioner. You just put that in after you wash it, or you can use the detangler if you have tangles. It works them right on out so that you don't have to break your hair. You don't have to break your hair off just to get the comb through it. And then there is a moisturizer that you use once every 3 days. You just spray a little bit on and keep it moving. And then they have a hair oil that is specifically weighted, mixed, and prepared just for our scalp. And I have a protective style in right now, but I'll just part these little braids right here, and I can go right on in and put it right on my scalp, and I can moisturize my hair. I can give it the nutrients that it needs. So, it's an exciting time. And Mimi Natural You has some awesome stuff. So the reason I started talking about hair, because I see your name, Luxury Hair Extensions. Okay, so most definitely. So I may have to check you out too, because if when I'm gonna have her do my hair again, probably in the next couple weeks, and I'll go get something different, maybe a looser wave pattern. But yes, so one of the other things that we have, as you can see, there are Italian leather bags all over the room. So this one is the Tatiana. This is how the Italians do a satchel. So this is not, the old-fashioned motherland Italy. This is the Fashion Week in Milan, Italy. Okay? This is the Fashion Week in Milan, Italy. So this is the Tatiana. And what I love about it, I love the handles. They are bangles, gunmetal bangles. That's a bad bang. So I have this one in the black. I have it in the dark red. I have it in the cognac brown. I have it in the olive green. I redid my table, so I don't know where's my green. Oh, it's back there. I can pull it. And then I also have it in a purple, a pale purple. But that is so sharp. So to open this one, you have a magnetic snap down here that holds that front strap. Run that through the handles, and then it opens up to a zip top. Matching zipper. Fully lined. You have a crossbody strap inside. So it's one compartment. You have a matching leather eyeglass sleeve, and on the front interior wall. On that back interior wall, you have a zip pocket. And the Tatiana is large enough for you to use your full size accessories. One of the things I hate when I change from one bag to the other, I don't like to have to switch out my wallet. I never want to switch out my wallet. I like my wallet. You know, it's nice Italian leather. Everything is already in it. I just want to grab my accessories and put it in whatever bag I'm wearing. And I want that bag to be able to accommodate it. So my large cell phone, my wallet, my lotion, my keys, my compact, whatever I'm going to put in there fits in here. And that is cute. So the price point on the Tatiana. The price point on the Tatiana is, let's see, look at this tag. On my website, it's $160. I give 20% off to the girls on the Fab Squad. So if you have not already joined the Fab Squad, you want to make sure that you inbox me so I can fill you in and send you the discount code for when you shop online. That is so cute. So this is the Tatiana. That's a sharp bag. And that's a satchel. I love it. 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 So that's the Tatiana in the black. Let me pull some of the other colors. So with the special, so on my website, it's $160. But for the Fab Squad, and you are looking at, you've opted into the Fab Squad. So if you inbox me, I'll make sure that you get the code for the 20% off. But with the 20% off, this bag is only $128 for a buttery soft, beautifully made Italian leather bag. That's cute. So let's look at the size. I like to let people know the size of the bags so that you know what you're getting. So this bag is 8.5 inches from table to top. It's 12 inches in width, and the depth, which is from front to back, it's 5 inches. So that's almost like, that's a mid-size bag. That's a mid-size, but it can hold a lot. Okay, so that's the black. This is the Tatiana in the cognac brown. This is the Tatiana in the dark red. This is the Tatiana in the specialty color of purple. And I'm not sure which one is my favorite. And this is the Tatiana in the olive green. All right, so the price is $120 with the special. So if you want the Tatiana, just type in the comments sold TAT. So just put tat and then specify your color, olive green, sold tat, green, sold tat, black, sold tat, red, sold tat, purple. And your price is only $120. That's beautiful. Now, this is one of the pieces that's in my closet. I ordered, see, and what I've done since I've been doing this business, since I started with, well, since I switched my inventory over from the fashion bags that I started with 14 years ago to the Italian leather bags, which I now carry. I have had a thing with black bags. So I'll bring a bag in various colors and I'll go crazy over it. And when it comes time for me to grab one for myself, 9 times out of 10, I end up grabbing a black bag because I wear black shoes a lot. I might throw, I might just have that bag with me and throw on some sneaks and some yoga pants and run out the door to the store. So I don't worry so much about the colors when I'm doing that. There are times when I say, oh, I want a mustard yellow bag. Then I'll pick a mustard yellow bag. I've picked a few pink bags. I've got one in fuchsia, and then I have one in the pale pink. I have a couple in that mustard family. But I would say most of the bags that I've pulled from the collection for myself have been black, and I made a promise to myself because of the size of my closet and the fact that it's only going to hold so much. Because it's a walk-in closet, but it's not infinite. It's not a whole room. So once I've picked and selected and pulled a bag from inventory, what I do not allow myself to do is come back and get another color in the same style. So I'll come and get another style, but I won't allow because that's a rule that I have for myself. And you don't have to abide by that. But I do because these things come in here by the crate. And there's always something different, always something new, and it's always coming here. And I'm the one who gets the first crack at them because I'm here. So if I let myself go, I would have I'd have this Tatiana in every color. I'd have the satchel in every color. I'd have the bucket bag in every color. I'd have every tote. I would have everything. And then I would have to make an entirely different room into a closet just for my handbags. Because when you have them coming in like that, and you have all of these colors, because as I'm ordering, I'll add orders for myself in there. I'll say, oh, I want that. Let me get an extra one of that for me. Okay, I'll take another one. So there might be 2 or 3 pieces for me in a shipment. But I'm going to tell you, I try to behave myself and rein myself in because I know I don't have that kind of space. But I have a limitless number of pieces that I have access to. So I make myself kind of scale me back, rein myself in. Okay. But I'll rein myself in, but y'all don't have to do that, which is a wonderful thing. Okay. All right. Couple other things I want to show you. Now I do have This here is the Bella. This one is a large bag, large shoulder bag. This one I have in the black. I have it in the cognac. In the cognac, in the black, and I have it in the olive. Olive was a breakout color for me. And I also have belts to match. I love this bag. It's a full size shoulder bag, and that is sharp. Beautiful, buttery soft Italian leather. And one of the problems I had when I was selling the fashion bags was the material. The zippers would always fail. When I'm dealing with, see, just I don't sell fashion jewelry because it turns and it falls apart. That's why I sell sterling silver. I don't sell fashion bags because they're shabby and they fall apart. That's why I sell Italian leather bags. I don't have a single problem. I've never had a problem with a single Italian leather bag. So fully lined. You have two pockets on the front interior wall, one for your glass case, one for your cell phone. Okay. And then the main compartment is very nice and large, very roomy. And then on that back interior wall, you have a zip pocket. But this is the Bella. So pretty. So this used to be on the website. I did take it off, but I let me give you the sale price. The sale price on the Bella, $116. That is so sharp. So if you want the Bella, type in your comments sold Bella green, which is the olive green. I do have a belt. I have belts that match this in the Italian leather. And the same manufacturer where I get the bags, I get the belts, which means that they match. You got me? So if you are somebody who likes your things to match, if you are one who prefers your things to match, and that's huge. Oh, there are my girls. See, I didn't see. Hey, Sister Kimball. God bless you. And that's a sharp bag. So if you want the Bella in the green, type in the comments sold Bella green. Your price is $116. And that's a beautiful Italian leather bag. If you want that Bella in the cognac brown, type in the comments sold Bella cognac. And that is so sharp. Price $116. And that's a steal. That's a steal. Let me grab the black one. And here it is in the black. That's a bad bag. So if you want the Bella in the black, type in the comments sold Bella black. Okay. And your price is $116. That is a bad bag. That's a bad bag. Okay. So tonight has been a little bit different. Normally I have my music playing. My iPad with my music was plugged in to a computer that did not have juice. So I didn't have any, what you call it, no music coming out when I had no juice in the iPad. Tried to pull it up on one because I have three iPads running at the same time. One with my music, one where I see one I use as a monitor so I can see what you guys see on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I have another one where I get my comments that come up directly from my streaming system. And then I've got the laptop in front of me that I'm using to run the software. And then my Instagram crowd, you guys are on my cell phone. Okay, so I'm running all of this at the same time. I go to turn on my music and I had no juice whatsoever. So please apologize for the silence. But the next time I'll be on, I'm scheduled on Sunday night, but the Oscars are on Sunday night. So, maybe we'll do Monday night instead, or maybe I'll come on earlier. So keep an eye on, I'll put the advertisement on the Fabulosity page and I'll go ahead and put it on my I'll put it actually on all of the streaming, all of the social media platforms to let you know. So maybe we'll do from 7 to 8, just because of the fact that we don't want to, because I want to see, listen, this year is the first year that the Oscars have had a significant Black presence. This brother who is running the Oscars Foundation, the Academy Awards, he has gone to historically Black colleges and universities and invited students, Black film students, Black playwrights, Black actors to come and take part in the broadcast. Some of them will be doing the presenting. So we have Will Smith, we have Questlove, we have people who are from our own community who are up for best picture. Okay, some of the heaviest hitters hitting films in the industry for this year have a Black presence in them. So this is the first time where we can look at the Oscars and really see ourselves represented. So I'm not coming up against that. I always I say, yeah, I ain't coming up against that. I'm not competing with that. So I'll be coming on. I'll put the time down. I don't think I might do it from 6 to 7. I might do it from 7 to 8. So I'll put that on my advertisement. But I definitely won't be doing the 9 o'clock slot on Sunday night because I want all eyes to be looking at that broadcast. Amen. Because this is something new for us. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for the ones who are being um, awarded. I'm excited for the young people who are getting a chance to have a voice and to be seen and be a participant in that broadcast. That's a worldwide broadcast. You know, over here it's just nationwide, but you better believe that they're watching that in other parts of the world because they watch those movies too. They get a lot of those films over in France and Italy and Germany. A lot of those countries over in the Middle East, they get a lot of those movies. So they know who Will Smith is. They know who Denzel Washington, and both of them are up for Best Actor. Okay, so I'm excited. This is something. We are represented in this thing this year. Okay, so you got both Wanda Sykes and you got somebody, you have another sister doing, so they've got three presenters, all women, two of them are sisters. So I say, you know what, I'm supporting it. I will not come up against it. Amen. So I'll be doing my little show earlier. And I guarantee you one thing, there will not only, well, a couple things. There will be sterling, there will be bags, there may be skincare, but there will be music. I'm not going to allow that to happen again with my iPad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off tonight. If you guys want anything that you've seen, feel free to type it in the comments or you can inbox me. My name is Tony Saya, and you can and we'll take it from there. But I love you guys. Thank you, squad. So we have Knowledgy Luxury Hair Extensions on Instagram, and then we have Juanita, and we have Chris Murray, and we have Shirley, and we have Kimball on Facebook. And I thank you guys all for joining me tonight. It's a little bit off for me without music. I'm so used to having that rhythm going, but it's well. It's well. But I love you guys. God bless you. You guys enjoy your night. Enjoy your weekend. Remember, if the shoe fits, get a bag to match, and I'll see you on the flip side.